Welcome back to the Green Beans Go channel. It's your host, me, and my job as a content creator is to get you excited for situations, games, things that you may not normally be excited about. Look no further than Thursday night's game between the Bears and the Commanders. I know it does not jump off the page. It's probably not one you have circled on your calendar. You probably said to your wife, you know what, Thursday, let's go out and get margaritas and tacos because I am definitely not interested in watching this game. But you know who is? This guy. So we are going to be here to break it down. If you like the content, if you want to follow me along this journey of content creation, hit that subscribe button, help me grow, like the video, share it with your pals. I appreciate it very much. We won't cash every time, but hopefully I can give you some things to think about in terms of these game previews. So not only is this game not exciting, these logos and these colors aren't exciting, but maybe it's fitting the Halloween, the fall vibe, so we will roll with it. This game will be played in Washington, D.C. It's going to be a beautiful afternoon for what hopes to be beautiful football, but will probably be ugly football. Looking at the schedule for both of these teams, the Bears have allowed 38, 27, 41, and 31 points. That's a lot of points. The Commanders, not much better. 20, 33, 37, and 34 points allowed per game. Now, obviously, their game against Philadelphia last week was shocking to a lot of people, I think. I think Philadelphia is overrated. I've said it in my tier list video. If you want to check it out right there, I do those every week. But I think Washington is obviously the much better team in this. Vegas agrees with me. But we see two defenses in this game that are struggling, so I have my eye on that as we look at some bets for this game. Looking at the numbers, the Commanders sit at minus 240 on FanDuel, which is the best place you can get them. Now, I want to take a second and teach you guys something and help you understand how I look at that number. Most people, if they're making a parlay or even betting a straight, are going to see that and they're going to bet the Commanders in this spot. What that 240 means, and I've put this statistic over here, 71%. In order to break even on a money line bet for the Commanders need to win this game 71% of the time. So 7 out of 10 games against the Chicago Bears. And while I do think the Commanders win, I don't think the Commanders win this game with that defense 71% of the time. So I am staying away from Commanders money line bets. Now, that is tough to think about. And I think at one point in my life, I would have said, yeah, but the Commanders are going to win, so I'm just going to bet it. And that's fine, right? I think most bettors look at it that way. But mathematically, if you want to be profitable long term, you have to start thinking about value. And I don't think there is value on the Commanders at 240. I think the value is actually on the Bears here, but it's not enough that I'm jumping on it. Looking at the spread, it's 5.5 or 6, depending on your book. I think that's right around fair. Again, I think a lot of the money is going to be on Commanders minus 5.5. If this ticks up to 6.5, I may be getting down some action on the Bears plus 6.5. And the total is at 44.5, which I think is about right. Again, I lean the over just because of what I said about these two defenses, but the offenses have not impressed me that much anyway this year, so I am staying off of the total. As far as my script and leans from this game, the Bears are a bottom 3 defensive team in every single defensive statistical category. Oh, that's horrible. Now, if we want to look at a positive for this team, they do run the ball okay, and I say okay because they're about middle of the NFL. And back to the defense, they don't pressure the QB and they don't get turnovers. So again, no shock that the Bears are 0-4 right now. Looking at the Commanders, they do pressure the quarterback of opposing teams, but they are poor against the run. And we see that the Bears run the ball okay. So that is kind of a thing that I am looking at in this one. The Commanders also pass 64% of their plays, which is 4th in the NFL, and we know that the Bears cannot defend the pass. So kind of some pull and push in this one, and so ultimately I think this is how the game plays out. Chicago tries to run the ball and keep their defense off the field, and Washington, when they're on the field, they throw a lot. I have the game at 17-24. I realize it's a 7-point game. I realize I said I would take plus 6.5. I'll have to see how I feel, but right now, this is how I see the game going. I would not be surprised if it goes over that total that I have right now of 41. As far as my bets go, I do want to take a quick second and show you that I am on SoBet. It is an app that is specifically dedicated to sports betting content creators. If you sign up for that app, you get access not only to my picks and posts, but all other content creators' picks and posts. It's $10 a month. So here's an example. Yesterday, I posted my play for FanDuel's MLB Profit Boost. I had the Phillies, Trey Turner to have 2 hits, and Zach Wheeler 6 strikeouts. We hit it, okay, $10 to $74. Again, guys, I can't make videos about every single thing, so sometimes I will get on SoBet and I will post my plays. Now, they don't always hit. In fact, this is the first one I've hit on there, but I have not posted enough to be in the negative. We're in the positive now because of this play. So if that is something that sounds interesting to you, getting access to not only my picks, but other content creators' picks, $10 a month, go ahead and sign up. Give it a trial run for a month, see if you like it. Use my code if you do. It helps me a ton. Now, for my picks for this game, FanDuel is not offering a profit boost right now. I know I usually do FanDuel profit boost, but DraftKings does have one. It's a 50%er. So here is what I've cooked up, a simple 3-leg bet, keeping it a little more conservative than I have in the past, because I know you guys were mad I didn't hit a 100-to-1 bet last Monday night. What? It's 100-to-1, guys. I'll have to chill out. Okay, so in this one, I like Sam Howell to have 225 passing yards. He's done this in 50% of his games. I know that's not a gleaming statistic, but he's facing a pretty soft defense in the Bears. I like Khalil Herbert to get 50 rushing and receiving yards combined. He's done this in 3 out of 4, and I think if Chicago wants to stay in this game, they'll run the ball. So I like that play. And then finally, this is kind of a nuanced bet here. Either team to score 3 unanswered times. I'm taking no. This is at plus odds, and I think there's value here, given that Washington can't defend any better than Chicago can defend. So I think both of these offenses will be able to move the ball. So a team scoring 3 times without the other team scoring, I think, is unlikely. And to get the no at plus money, especially at plus 145, that screams value to me. Again, guys, thank you for coming by. A subscribe, a like, a love, a hug, a kiss, a snuggle goes a long way in helping me grow this channel. Tell your friends, tell your mother, tell your father, tell everyone. Shout it from the rooftops. Green means go.